The arrival. The Meridian Empire's flagship Eternal Night emerged from hyperspace at the edge of Sol's heliosphere, its obsidian surface absorbing all light. Grand Admiral Nexus stood motionless on the command deck, watching Earth through enhanced visuals. The primitive civilization before him represented nothing more than another stepping stone in the Empire's relentless expansion. Initial scans confirmed what their advanced probes had reported: a technologically inferior species still burning fossil fuels, their space exploration limited to their own moon. Their military capabilities relied on chemical propulsion and crude nuclear weapons. The planet's resources, however, were exceptional. Rare elements abundant in their crust, vast oceans of liquid water, and a stable atmosphere made it an ideal acquisition. "Prepare the diplomatic corps," Nexus commanded. "Standard Protocol 7. The crew understood. Protocol 7 was reserved for worlds deemed too primitive to pose any meaningful resistance. A quick show of overwhelming technological superiority, followed by carefully crafted promises of advancement and protection, usually secured submission within days. Dr. Elena Santos, director of Earth's newly formed Sinological Research Division, noticed something odd about the alien vessel that had appeared near Jupiter. Unlike the sleek designs theorized by human scientists, this ship seemed deliberately intimidating. All sharp angles and impossible darkness. "They're putting on a show," she muttered, reviewing the preliminary data. "This isn't first contact. This is theater." As the Meridian diplomatic vessel descended through Earth's atmosphere, their stealth systems failed to detect the thousands of amateur astronomers tracking their arrival, or the social media networks rapidly spreading information about their presence. They didn't realize that humanity had spent decades preparing for this moment through science fiction, war games, and countless simulations. The Empire's diplomatic team, led by Ambassador Varys, made their entrance at the United Nations. Tall, ethereal beings with silver skin and flowing robes, they projected an aura of benevolent superiority. Their message was simple: join the Meridian Empire, receive their guidance and protection, and advance into a golden age of technological prosperity. All they required in return was access to certain resources and strategic locations. But humanity had learned from its own history. Colonial powers had made similar promises before. Dr. Santos and her international team worked tirelessly, analyzing every word, every gesture, every requirement in the proposed treaty. The patterns they discovered were troubling. The Empire's resource requests would grant them control over key military and industrial centers. Their proposed cultural exchange facilities aligned perfectly with global command and control networks. Meanwhile, in a secure facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, General Sarah Chen of the newly formed Global Defense Initiative ran combat simulations based on the limited data they had gathered. "Their ship designs are wrong," she reported to the Emergency Security Council. "They're trying too hard to look advanced. Real technological superiority doesn't need to advertise." As humanity's leaders delayed signing the treaty, requesting clarifications and modifications, the Empire's patience began to wear thin. They hadn't expected such resistance from a pre-FTL civilization. What they failed to understand was that humanity's apparent technological inferiority masked a unique advantage. They had spent millennia fighting among themselves, developing countless ways to overcome superior forces. When the Empire's ultimatum came, join willingly or face conquest, Earth was ready. They had used the diplomatic delays to prepare, to study their visitors, and to plan. The Meridians were about to learn that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology, but their adaptability, their diversity of thought, and their ruthless determination to survive. The deception. The Meridian Empire's true intentions revealed themselves 3 weeks after their arrival. Their massive war fleets emerged from hyperspace, surrounding Earth's major population centers. Grand Admiral Nexus's voice echoed across every communication channel. "Your resistance to our generous offer has forced our hand. Submit, or face extinction." Dr. Santos watched the alien ships positioning themselves through the observatory's quantum telescope. Her team had spent weeks analyzing the Meridian's supposedly peaceful technology, finding weaknesses in their seemingly perfect systems. They'd never had to defend against hackers, she transmitted to General Chen. Their networks are secure against brute force, but they've never faced human creativity. The Empire's first strike targeted military installations worldwide, their energy weapons cutting through conventional defenses. But they found empty bases, dummy targets, and automated responses. Humanity had learned from its own wars. Never keep your true strength where the enemy expects it. Underground, in hardened bunkers and repurposed subway systems, Earth's military forces coordinated their response. The Empire's perfect formation and standardized tactics became their weakness. They'd never faced an enemy that didn't play by their rules. Chinese quantum computing experts cracked the Empire's communication protocols, while Indian tech specialists reprogrammed civilian satellites to interfere with their targeting systems. Brazilian engineers adapted old electromagnetic pulse weapons to exploit weaknesses in Meridian shields. Every nation, every culture, contributed its unique approach to warfare. The Empire's ground forces, expecting to face primitive projectile weapons, instead encountered swarms of automated drones guided by adaptive AI. Their perfect shields, designed to stop energy weapons, proved vulnerable to simple kinetic impacts. Humanity's inferior technology, evolved through centuries of warfare, proved remarkably effective against an enemy that had grown complacent in its superiority. Dr. Santos made a crucial discovery while analyzing captured Meridian technology. Their systems are too perfect, she explained to the Emergency Council. They've optimized everything along a single path of development. They've never had to think differently. This insight became Earth's greatest advantage. While the Meridians had one way of solving problems, humanity had thousands. The Empire's attempt to shut down Earth's communications failed spectacularly. They didn't understand that human networks were designed to survive nuclear war, that the internet could route around damage, that every teenager with a computer could become a resistance fighter. Their perfect, centralized command structure couldn't comprehend humanity's chaos. As the first week of open conflict ended, Grand Admiral Nexus faced an uncomfortable realization. His forces were taking unprecedented casualties against a supposedly primitive species. Humans weren't fighting like any civilization they'd encountered before. They were adapting, learning, and most worryingly, improving upon captured Meridian technology. The resistance. Humanity's counterattack began not with weapons, but with understanding. In underground laboratories worldwide, scientists worked to comprehend and improve upon captured Meridian technology. Dr. Santos led a global team of researchers who discovered something remarkable about the alien tech. It was perfectly engineered but fundamentally inflexible. The Meridians had achieved technological superiority through centuries of optimization, but they'd lost something humans still possessed: the ability to think laterally. When a Meridian shield generator was captured in Jakarta, instead of trying to copy it exactly, human engineers reimagined its principles. Within weeks, they created hybrid systems that combine Meridian energy manipulation with human improvisation. General Chen's strategy exploited this advantage. Rather than meeting the Empire's forces head-on, Earth's military used asymmetric warfare on an unprecedented scale. Quantum-enhanced guerrilla units struck from underground bunkers, using modified Meridian tech in ways its creators never imagined. Civilian infrastructure, built with decades of Cold War paranoia, transformed into a global defense network. The Empire's perfect tactical algorithms couldn't adapt to human unpredictability. When they attacked major cities, they found them empty, their populations evacuated through prepared contingency plans. When they tried to destroy military targets, they hit holographic decoys while real forces struck from unexpected directions. A breakthrough came from an unlikely source: video game designers. Their experience creating adaptive AI helped develop combat systems that could predict and counter the Empire's standardized tactics. The Meridians fought like perfect machines. Humans fought like humans, unpredictable, and innovative. In orbit, the Empire's superior ships faced swarms of retrofitted satellites and hastily weaponized space debris. Human space agencies, working together for the first time, turned their decades of experience managing cosmic junk into a tactical advantage. The Meridian's perfect shields couldn't track thousands of small objects moving at orbital velocities. Dr. Santos made another crucial discovery studying captured Meridian databases. Their empire had expanded so rapidly that they'd never faced serious resistance. They conquered through overwhelming technological superiority, but they'd never developed the capacity to adapt. Each defeat taught humanity more about their technology, while the Meridians seemed incapable of learning from their failures. As the conflict entered its second month, Grand Admiral Nexus faced a disturbing reality. His forces were taking unprecedented casualties, and worse, the humans were beginning to understand Meridian technology. Every destroyed ship, every failed attack, gave Earth scientists more data to analyze and reverse engineer. The Empire's perfect systems were being turned against them by a species they dismissed as primitive. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology. It was their endless capacity to adapt, to learn, and to survive against overwhelming odds. The tide of war was turning, not through superior firepower, but through superior innovation. The evolution. Humanity's technological leap forward happened faster than anyone thought possible. In secure facilities worldwide, scientists and engineers worked around the clock, not just copying Meridian technology, but reimagining it. Dr. Santos led the breakthrough that would change everything. The discovery that Meridian quantum systems could be enhanced by human parallel processing techniques. The Empire's perfect technology met human ingenuity, and something new emerged. Hybrid ships combining Meridian energy systems with human tactical flexibility began launching from hidden facilities in the Himalayas and Andes. These vessels weren't as powerful as Imperial ships, but they were more adaptable, harder to predict, and piloted by crews who had spent lifetimes training in combat simulators. General Chen's forces developed what they called chaos warfare, combining conventional military tactics with randomly generated attack patterns that Imperial prediction systems couldn't process. The Meridian's perfect formation flying became a liability when faced with squadrons that seemed to move with controlled randomness. The Empire's response revealed their desperation. They launched a massive cyber attack, expecting to cripple Earth's primitive networks. Instead, their perfect AI systems encountered decades of human digital evolution. Computer viruses that had developed through constant cyber warfare, encryption systems born from paranoid security agencies, and decentralized networks designed to survive apocalyptic scenarios proved more than a match for Imperial technology. Underground bunkers became innovation centers as humanity's diverse approaches to problem-solving created technological breakthroughs the Meridians had never considered. Japanese quantum physicists collaborated with Silicon Valley programmers, while Russian aerospace engineers worked alongside Brazilian AI specialists. Every culture brought its own perspective to understanding and improving alien technology. The turning point came when a team of teenage hackers from Seoul discovered patterns in Imperial combat protocols that matched classic video game AI. "They're too predictable," the team's leader explained to military strategists. "Perfect play can always be countered if you know the rules." This insight led to the development of combat systems that could anticipate and exploit Imperial tactics. In orbit, Grand Admiral Nexus watched with growing horror as human ships began demonstrating capabilities that should have been impossible. They were learning too fast, adapting too quickly, and worse, they were improving upon Meridian designs in ways the Empire's engineers hadn't thought possible. The Empire's perfect technology was being transformed by human creativity into something new and unpredictable. Each engagement provided more data, more opportunities for innovation, and more proof that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their weapons or technology. It was their endless capacity for adaptation and growth. As Earth's forces began pushing Imperial fleets back from the solar system, Nexus faced the unthinkable possibility that his perfect empire might lose to a species they'd dismissed as primitive. The final phase of the war was about to begin, and humanity was no longer the underdog. The reckoning. The final battle began in the outer reaches of the solar system. Humanity's hybrid fleet, combining Meridian technology with human innovation, faced the Empire's remaining forces. Grand Admiral Nexus had committed everything to this last engagement, believing that superior numbers would overcome Earth's unexpected adaptability. Dr. Santos watched from the command center as Earth's ships moved in patterns that defied traditional military doctrine. Each vessel operated independently yet part of a greater whole, using tactics evolved from decades of video games, sports strategies, and nature-inspired algorithms. The Empire's perfect formations proved vulnerable to controlled chaos. The breakthrough came when General Chen's forces deployed their latest innovation, quantum-entangled swarm ships that could react instantly to Imperial movements. These vessels, piloted by AI systems trained on human unpredictability, overwhelmed the Empire's tactical computers. For the first time in their history, the Meridians faced an enemy that could outthink their perfect systems. Nexus watched in disbelief as his fleet's advantages crumbled. Human ships, though less powerful individually, demonstrated capabilities that shouldn't have been possible. They had taken Meridian technology and evolved it in ways the Empire's engineers hadn't imagined. Each defeat provided Earth with more data, more opportunities to learn and adapt. The Empire's final gambit, a massive computer virus designed to disable Earth's defense networks, backfired spectacularly. Humans had spent decades defending against digital attacks from their own hackers. Their systems, built to survive both nuclear war and teenage programmers, absorbed and repurposed the Imperial code. As his ships retreated from the solar system, Nexus received a transmission from Dr. Santos. "Your perfect empire made a simple mistake," she explained. "You judged us by our technology, not our potential. Every species you conquered had followed your path of development. We didn't. We evolved through chaos, conflict, and creativity. You taught us how to reach the stars, but we learned how to fight long before you arrived." The Meridian Empire's defeat at Earth marked a turning point in galactic history. They had encountered a species that didn't just survive their perfect technology. Humanity had improved upon it. As Earth began exploring the stars, using their hybrid technologies and unpredictable strategies, the galaxy learned a crucial lesson. True strength lies not in perfection, but in the ability to adapt, innovate, and overcome. The Empire's attempt to conquer Earth had inadvertently created something they'd never imagined, a civilization that combined advanced technology with human ingenuity. As humanity expanded into space, they carried with them not just improved Meridian technology, but the lesson that had saved their world. Perfection is no match for creativity, diversity, and the relentless drive to survive.